The last matchup of the round is a massively exciting matchup with the youngest competitor in the 8-man pitted against an opponent 10 years his senior. Introducing first from the blue corner. He fights out of Cape Town, representing Henzo Gracie Cape Town. Fresh off a surge, but very impressive tournament wins, including double gold at ACC and Submission Kings. Please welcome the number 6 ranked welterweight, Konnor Benthien. His opponent reigns from the small town of Heidelberg and is looking to showcase his hometown gym, Ability Academy. He makes his debut from the red corner. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stefan Pretorius. Ladies and gentlemen, as said, Stefan Pretorius, 10 years the senior of young Konnor Benthien. This is a matchup I'm super intrigued by. Obviously, Konnor is the talk of the town at the moment in the competitive scene. Stefan Pretorius, again, we're going to refer to him as a kickboxer, but honestly, great jiu-jitsu, big physical guy.
The hilarious part about Stefan is that most of his wins in MMA have come by submission.
Yeah.
So to call him a pure kickboxer is probably be a misnomer.
Yeah, and it's going to be an interesting matchup here for Stefan. You know, he won't know too much about young Konnor. We've seen Konnor, he's a guy who's just living the jiu-jitsu dream, really.
Jeez,
in the gym all day, training hard.
He's tearing through the opposition at the moment. I mean, he recently tore through the Submission Kings event down in Durban, and then again at ADCC. Probably one of the brightest prospects in the South African grappling scene at the moment.
Sure.
Very aggressive guard. We know that he loves to attack the arm and attack the choke. So, yeah, I think we're in for a treat here.
I mean, he's 19 years old, 6'3", really supple, dexterity in the hips.
Yeah.
Just got all the attributes to be a great jiu-jitsu player.
Obviously, long limbs.
Yeah, super long limbs. Obviously, we'll talk about physical attributes. I mean, he's a young guy, so like going to hit his stride physicality. So it'll be super interesting to see how he progresses as he starts to hit, his physical stride.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you were 19 and could just live the jiu-jitsu dream and stay in the gym from morning till evening and just train jiu-jitsu, I mean, that's the dream, right? It's just
still got to do the work though, eh, boy?
No, 100%. I mean, it's evident that he's obviously been training hard. I mean, his game has improved in leaps and bounds. You know, if you look at his original results when he first burst into the scene, you know, taking a couple of L's, but then over time has just developed his game, developed his style, figured out how to compete, and now he's just on an absolute tear.
Interesting to see Stefan with that heavy half guard body lock type pass, really trying to pass a guard. He's obviously got the physicality here, he feels.
Yeah.
But you've got to watch out for Konnor. He's gonna pull things off out of nowhere.
Yeah. Stefan's obviously the stronger of the two. Sure. I mean, just purely based on the fact that he's reached full adulthood, and so I think he's trying to play to that. You know, get on top, stay on top, hold the guy down. I think that for Stefan to get to the back is the key here for him, you know. I don't think he wants to be playing in Konnor's guard. I think it's a bit too dangerous considering like Konnor's history, you know. Konnor Konnor, most of his wins have been by submission. He very seldom goes to points or decision. So I think that's why Stefan's trying to just stay on top and get past the hip line.
Good mount position here from Stefan.
Great position, but he needs to get that pressure down. Maybe look for a strong crossface and then isolate an arm.
It's got to be said, young Konnor coming from a team that's not only really experienced in competition, but really behind this kid. They're backing him, they're encouraging him, they're pushing him every day from coach through his teammates, really trying to, I think we can all see the talent he possesses.
Yep.
And big ups to him. He was hounding me, his teammates were hounding me, get this kid on the 8-man. So credit to him, man. His attitude is very much, I just want to go out there and perform, win, lose, draw. He's not too phased. He just wants the experience. And I'm really happy that it worked out this way, that he's actually here tonight.
You have to give a lot of respect to someone who goes out and like grabs it, right? I mean, he didn't like just beg and beg and beg. He actually went to Submission Kings, the normal competitions, and fought his way into getting into position into this 8-man. He wasn't obviously part of the first 8 that were selected, but I mean, he put his name in the hat by competing, you know?
Sure.
I mean, winning the absolute division in Durban and then having a great performance at the ADCC Cabo Tournamentosa event definitely has established himself as a competitor in this division.
No, absolutely. He's come around and stuck his hand up, you know. He's traveled from Cape Town to Durban, made sure that we're aware that he's around, you know, and that's massively important. And credit to the kid, man. I'm such a fan of this youngster. I'm also such a fan of Stefan Pretorius. I got to spend some time with him in Heidelberg, see his gym, see his culture. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And, you know, like, I always have a soft spot for these guys in smaller towns, like really trying to take the next generation and lead the next generation of jiu-jitsu, you know. I can tell you a few years ago, not many people knew about jiu-jitsu in Heidelberg. Stefan Pretorius is out there flying the flag, you know, which is awesome to see, man.
Kind of going back to the roots of jiu-jitsu, you know, like just spreading jiu-jitsu to like the furthest corners of each country, and you don't get any further than Heidelberg.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man.
It's a strong 1-hour drive out of Joburg.
And the big motivation for him here is not only prove himself to his community, but, you know, encourage people to come and train with him, you know, like, I know what I'm doing. He's obviously got lots of experience in his corner. Just a massively nice guy, and really trying to lead the charge.
Stefan's got onto that body lock. The problem is he's got center spine there, right? So he'd prefer to possibly go long arm, short arm, and then potentially get that right arm across the hips rather and then keep the left arm short, because he's already cleared the one hook. But it looks like Konnor's guard retention's pretty strong. So
all 6'3" of him.
Jeez, like it's
proving problematic. Interesting that these fights have gone quite far in the 8-man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the problem is that guys don't want to expose themselves too much in the opening matches. You know, they want to kind of keep their strategy close to their chest and kind of just play it cautiously. The reality with that, though, is that when you push it out 8 minutes and then go into overtime, and then you've got a fairly short break until you have to compete again, you know, so there's pros and cons.
The risk of the overtime as well, you know.
Well, the overtimes are quite a dangerous position to get into, because
he's on the triangle.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. And he's got the angle already, and he's got the arm. He can even transition over to the arm bar. He's already got the A-frame. His legs have lined up. Oh, he's still got the angle though. He's still got it. Oh, brilliant! Upset of the evening. My word. And we were saying that was the danger, was the triangle and the armbar. Beautiful work from Konnor Benthien. And moving on into the semi-finals of the 8-man.
I'm with your winner, young Konnor. You made sure we were aware of you. You came down to Durban. You made sure everybody got in touch with us so that you were here tonight. How does it feel? Big upset in some people's views. Talk us through it.
Well, first of all, thank you, Stefan. Motherfucker, he's strong. Jesus Christ. Really not much to say. I want to finish this bracket off. Then I'll have some words.
Your winner, young Konnor. Congrats.